All right, we're doing win totals for all 32 NFL teams based on the most recent odds I can find online. And we're going to start here with the Seattle Seahawks, the defending champions, and then go division by division and give you the exact record, all 32 teams. Now, last year I went 18-14 overall on over-unders, which is like 55%. So if you bet those, you'd win a solid 5% return probably. I guess with the VIG, it's like 3%, but still over half were right last year. I'll take that result. Let's go for at least 20 correct this season. So let's start here with the defending Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks, in the toughest division in football. And yes, that first game of the year is against New England. It's a rematch, which I said before, it's kind of gimmicky in my opinion, doing a rematch on NBC, the same game. It's whatever. So I think Seattle wins that first game though on opening night. And I like the over 10.5 here, going 12-5 on the season. It's ambitious, yes, but I love the offense. 2 words for you, Sam Darnold. Trust Sam Darnold. And I know it's the Rams, the 49ers. It's going to be a tough schedule for Seattle. You know, they deserved it because they won the whole thing last year. That's just how the NFL works. But even if this number goes up to 11.5, I would still take that. There's value there on this Super Bowl defending team. I don't see a big letdown this year for them. I know there's been teams in the past that have had hangover years, like the Rams in 22. Even the Eagles last season were a bit worse than the year before. But I like Seattle to keep it going here. The momentum, they win opening night, and they carry that through the season. They stay healthy, and the over 10.5 right there is good value. And then let's go to the NFC North. So one of the best divisions in football here. It's going to be loaded. It's going to be a fun season. And like I said in my last video, the Lions offense, when they're clicking, they score 34 points per game. They're the best scoring offense in the league. And Jared Goff leads this team to a great season here and winning the division at 13-4. That's a lot of wins. I get it. I think they sweep the Green Bay Packers and they sweep the Vikings, they split with Chicago, and they dominate the rest of the league. And the Lions win 13 games. I know it's a lot. I just think this team legitimately could be a top 5 team in the NFL. So I'm taking that over 10.5 all day. And the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams, a good season last year, making it all the way to the divisional rounds. And the over-under's at 9.5 this year. That's plus money on BetMGM. And there it is, guys. Another over. That is 3 so far already in this video. The over 9.5 hits at 10-7. They're going to be solid. A wild card team this season. I like 10 wins for the Bears. That is 3 overs, though, so far. I need to calm down. I'm too generous right now. I'm feeling happy today. So here's the Minnesota Vikings. The quarterback room is kind of weird there. Give me the under here, the Vikings. It's a tough division. They win 7 games. Even that could be a lot for them, honestly. I'm surprised the total is 8.5 for the Vikings. That's already ambitious in a tough conference, tough division. I'm taking the under all day on Minnesota. The Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, he came out of his shell last season. It was a good year. Ups and downs, injuries. I think this team's defense is solid enough, and they win 10 games just like Chicago. So they both get in the wild card spots in the playoffs. So by my calculations, that is 3 teams in the NFC North winning 10 plus games this season. That is pretty bold, I know. I just see this being one of the most top-heavy divisions in football, so I'll stick with it. So let's change gears now and go to the AFC South. I see this division being a lot more average. Probably 1 team in the playoffs, maybe 2. But really, it's going to be the winner of this division, and that's pretty much it. So the Texans are sitting at 9.5 over-under wins on RotoWire. I'm going with the under there, 9-8. So they still win above 500, but that is below their total there. I just can't see past the turnovers right now with CJ Stroud. I'm a big Ohio State fan. I was there in 21. He should have won the Heisman that season, but it's just something about him in the NFL. He can't get out of his own way. It's season number 4 now, and I've not seen the improvements I want to. This team's defense is good enough, though. They win 9 games, but that is the under on the win total there for the Texans. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can't believe this number is 8.5. This must be a glitch in the Matrix, guys. 8.5 for this team. You have a prime Trevor Lawrence. You have the backfield returning. They're healthy this year. You have Josh Allen on defense. Yes, the Josh Allen on defense. Come on, guys. This is a great number here to hammer the over. I'm going 12-5 this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They blow past that over. Look, I'm not going to give you advice here to like sports bet or anything, but I would advise in like a situation to put a lot of money on the Jacksonville Jaguars over 8.5 wins. This could be the lock of the year. They win this division. They get the number 3 overall seed in the conference. That over is money for Jacksonville. Oh, the Indianapolis Colts. This team, guys, last year they were, 8-1? Everyone's like, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. And they missed the postseason, I guess. 7.5 wins is the number this year. It seems low. Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes. I'm going under here. This team always disappoints. The Colts are just kind of in a weird spot right now with their future. You know, Anthony Richardson's there, but he's like just kind of hovering around the sidelines, and it's just... Who's the other quarterback? Easton Stick. Easton Stick is the third stringer there. I can't take the over with Indianapolis right now. I'm going under all day on the Colts. And then the Tennessee Titans, that new logo is something else. It looks like a shield, like an MLS logo or something there. And I'm just not buying the stock in this team at all right now. That number is even a bit high for me. I'm going 5-12. Hammer the under there on Tennessee. There's really nothing bright right now there. I mean, until they get the new stadium down there in Nashville, things might be kind of flat, which I think that's, 2 years from now or next year maybe, the new stadium for the Titans. But right now, it's just not looking promising for them. And then going to the NFC South, the Buccaneers. So last year, they were, 5-2 at one point with Baker Mayfield playing great. And they finished 8-9, very disappointing end to the season there. And this number is set at 8.5 at plus money on BetMGM. So not a sponsor, but if you want to be a sponsor, reach out to me. I love the over here for Tampa Bay, and they go 11-5-1. Yes, there will be a tie. Stay tuned for the next team that has a tie. Foreseeing a tie this season for some reason in my crystal ball. The New Orleans Saints, with their horrible management and coaching, which I think is changed this year, fortunately, because they need some changes down there, because the last 5 years since Drew Brees left has been a disaster. Tyler Shuck and whatever. I'm going 7-10 average. Honestly, coin flip here for the over-under. I'll go under. Yeah, the Saints miss out on the playoffs once again. And then the Panthers. So this team last year, surprisingly good. With Bryce Young there, he's very short, but very explosive. And they hosted that playoff game against the Rams. Almost won that game. They scored too quick late. The blocked punt, everything. And then Matt Stafford comes down, wins the game late. Heartbreaking there. But this team is solid. I know they miss, Dowell. Rico Dowell's gone this year or something. They're going to be solid again, but not as good as the Buccaneers. And there's the tie I was talking about. So they go 8-1, and the over hits with 8 wins, and they finish 500 with a tie versus Tampa Bay, but they missed the postseason, and they miss out on the wild card spot. And the Atlanta Falcons, last year going 8-9, I believe, and Tua is there this season. Tua, the all-time completion percentage leader in NFL history. Fun factoid there. Yeah, give me the under all day. 6-11. I just don't see things being that much different than last season. So the under hits here, and that means only one team in this division finishes above 500. That is Tampa Bay, the champions. And then going to the NFC East, the most average team in football, it is the Dallas Cowboys. The line is 8.5. I'm going over 9-8. The offense is great. The defense has tons of holes in it, but some of those holes are plugged this year. This team should be at least slightly above average. You know, Dak Prescott is still good enough. Maybe a wild card spot this year, probably not, but 9-8, the overhits. That is Fanatics Sportsbook. And then the Washington Commandos, that number is kind of high for me, 9.5. Wow. Yeah, that's a bit much for me. Give me the under here, 7-10. I think the Cowboys and Eagles are better than them in this division. There's still some hype around that NFC title game run back in 24, but this team is still missing parts that they don't have yet. So 7 wins there. I would definitely take the under here at plus money. I could see maybe 8 wins, but even then, you're still comfortably under. So yeah, hammer that under there. And there's the Eagles. In my prediction, the NFC East winners going 11-6, just like last season. And this goes over and they win the division. And one more here in the NFC East. It is the New York Football Giants, the John Harbaugh experience this season. I had to double check that number. 7.5 on the win total for the Giants. I'm not sold on that. I'm really, this team is too young. The offense isn't there yet. 7.5 with John Harbaugh. Give me 4-13. I am not buying the hype right now. That is way, way, way too high on BetMGM there. I would take the under all day. I would take out loans and put this money on the under because that is ridiculous. But yeah, 4 wins, maybe 5 or 6 if we're being generous. But this team is still a year or 2 out from being a contender. They're not going to win 8 games though. There's just no way. And the New England Patriots, the Super Bowl 60 runner-up last season. They had a great year. They strung together so many wins. I think after September, they lost 1 game until like February. It was crazy. It was that game against the Bills in December. They blew a 21-point lead in that one, but they could have won like 15 straight. The offense, when they're good, they're great. The defense is very solid, but I'm definitely seeing regression this year for the Patriots. Drake May comes back down to earth, and the under actually hits here. They still go above 500, but I love the under 9.5 at 9-8. You have to consider the strength of schedule this year. It is going to be a lot tougher than last season, especially opening night at Seattle. They lose that game, and they lose 8 games overall. So take the under there on the Patriots. It's going to be kind of a hangover year for Mike Vrabel and the Pats. Oh, so it's been a great year for New York City, getting the NBA Finals and the World Cup and all that stuff. It's been a fun time to be there, but not to be a Jets fan or Giants fan. It is going to be a dumpster fire. And there it is, guys. There it is. So the over-under is set at 5.5, and I'm going 1-16. In one of the worst seasons in NFL history, the Jets lose 16 games in the 2026 season. You know, Breece Hall can't save this team every game. I mean, they were 3-14 last season, and they have, Geno Smith starting at quarterback. It'll be fun to watch Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana and Geno Smith connecting on some deep balls, but this team's going to be a train wreck, a dumpster fire. The Jets-Giants hammer the under this season. Going to the Miami Dolphins with Malik Willis at quarterback this year. I'm actually a Malik Willis believer, and this number right here is super low. 4.5 at plus money on the win total. I think they sweep the Jets. They win 1 against the Bills. And that right there is 3 wins already in the division. They get 2 more elsewhere. I could see at least 5-6 wins. I'm going 6-11, and they blow past that 4.5 number. That's way too low for a team. You know, minus Tua, I get it, but Malik Willis is not bad. And they win 5-6 games this year. Take the over in Miami. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. Guys, this is the year. The new stadium. If they're going to the Super Bowl, if they're going to the AFC title game, this is it. He's in his prime right now. Yeah, I'm going to hammer this over here on Buffalo. 13-4, and they destroy that 10.5 number. The Bills win the AFC East, and they go to the AFC Championship game. Josh Allen vintage year. I can feel it. And here's the Steelers. So speaking of vintage, straight out of the antique shop is Aaron Rodgers at 42 years old now. I think he's 42. The number's 8.5 at plus money there. For a team last year that was 10-7 and made the postseason somehow, kind of stumbled into the playoffs last year. Let's be honest, the Browns were terrible. The Bengals had injuries and a bad defense. The Ravens had Lamar Jackson out and a bad defense. And the Steelers were just kind of there, and they won enough games. They got super lucky on the last night of the season against the Ravens, the missed field goal, and they make the playoffs. I see this team being about the same as last year. I'm going to say over hits here on 8.5. They go 9-8, and they're kind of a fringe wildcard team there out of the AFC North. And then the Bengals at 9.5. That's very high. Yes, they did have some additions on defense this season, and Joe Burrow is healthy. But guys, we say that every year. Oh, the defense is going to be improved. Oh, Joe Burrow's healthy. This is the year. I'm never sold on it. I do think the under hits here. They go 9-8, which is going to be, decent year for them, going above 500. And I know the schedule is not too bad for the Bengals this year, but that number is way too high, guys. 9.5 at minus 140 odds. No way. Fade that. Take the under. The Bengals still have a good year at 9-8, but the under hits. I love that bet right there. The Baltimore Ravens, that's a high number. 11.5. Lamar Jackson. He looked so good last December and January. They almost came back from the depths and made the playoffs. It would have been crazy, but that missed field goal in Pittsburgh was heartbreaking. They're back for revenge this year. They sweep the Steelers. They sweep the Browns. Lamar Jackson is back to his 2023 form. He has an MVP-style season, and this team wins 12 games and the AFC North. Oh my goodness, the Browns. Shador Sanders. No more Myles Garrett. Dylan Gabriel is kind of hit or miss right now in summer camp. He's not even there. Like, where's Dylan Gabriel? You got Deshaun Watson there in training camp. Like, what is going on? This team's a clown car. Take the under. They go 5-12. The under 5.5 hits. In Cleveland, with maybe LeBron James there, we'll see his decision. That would be wild. The Los Angeles Rams, another high total here, 11.5. Matt Stafford coming off the MVP season here. I'm going to go slightly under. They win 11 games, but the under hits, 11-6. It's a good year. It's enough to get them in the playoffs, but that's a lot of wins there for an aging team. Let's be honest, guys. This team's getting kind of old, especially at quarterback. I know he's, 38, 39 years old now. I'm not trying to be ageist here. I know he just won the MVP. I'm just saying this division with the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers, it's hard to get a lot of wins. So the under hits there for the Rams. Speaking of the 49ers, I love this team this season. Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, George Kittle, the defense, the coaching, it's all there. This team has the makings of a Super Bowl level team. We say that every season. I know they've been there in 2020, in 24. They've played in those big games. They've lost to the Chiefs. This could be the year they win the Lombardi Trophy for the first time since 95. And there it is, guys. My lock of the year, my bet of the year is the San Francisco 49ers over 10.5 wins. I have them winning 14 games and going to the Super Bowl. It might sound crazy, it might sound ridiculous, it might sound fantasy, I know. Pending their health, if this team stays healthy, they win a minimum 11 games. I'm saying 14, and they destroy that number, guys. That is my lock of the year. The 49ers over win total. I'm betting my life on it. If they win less than 10 games or 10.5, I might delete my channel. And then staying in the West here, it is the Arizona Cardinals. This team just, I don't even know. Where's Marvin Harrison Jr. at? This team has really not much changed since last year. They were horrible last year. Honestly, bring back Colt McCoy. Bring back Trace McSorley. This team needs something to revive them. I'm going under 3.5. That's insane. 3-14 for the Cardinals there. That is tragic. The Kansas City Chiefs. They've won 3 Super Bowls this decade. The over-under is 10.5. Patrick Mahomes should be back this season, fully healthy, ready to go week 1. I think they improve this season. They win 10 games, but it's not quite enough for the over. They go 10-7, make the wild card, but the under hits there. 10-7, a good solid season for the team coming off a tragic season, losing Kelsey, losing Mahomes last year, but they bounce back this season and make the playoffs. The Las Vegas Raiders, the Fighting Mendozas. I'm actually a believer in Mendoza. This team goes over. They go 6-11, which is pretty good. because of Mendoza. He's that good, guys. You can't deny a 16-0 season in college football. They beat Ohio State. They beat Oregon. They beat Alabama. They beat everybody. This guy is going to fit right into the system and win at least 6 games. I love the over in Vegas. Guys, it's Vegas. Take the over. What are we doing? This is like elementary stuff right here. The Los Angeles Chargers, always average, always around 500. I'm going to say 9-8. The under hits there. It's Jim Harbaugh football. It's going to be good, but not great in the NFL. 9-8. Whatever. Broncos, this number is low, low, low. Flo Rida, Usher said that back in 2007, and they were right because this team is going to be insane, guys. They almost made the Super Bowl. Of course, Bo Nix breaks his ankle on the last play of the game or something in the AFC divisional round. It was ridiculous. Kind of sketchy stuff there. He's back this year. This defense is elite. This team is locked and loaded for a Super Bowl run in 2026, 2027. I'm going over all day. The best team in the AFC is the Broncos. They go 14-3. They blow past the over. They win the AFC West, and they go to the Super Bowl against the 49ers. That is my Super Bowl preview right now. So guys, if you disagree, put below in the comments. Those are my official win totals for the 2026 NFL season. Stay tuned for more college football, NFL. It is going to be a great fall. I have my pumpkin spice apple pie candle going right now, getting in the vibes right now because preseason starts in 2 weeks. It is time to lock in, guys. Football is around the corner. I can feel it. Stay tuned for more. Like the video. Have a great rest of your week. Stay cool. It's still hot out here in Texas. And I hope this video was worthwhile.